Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Medal video. In this video I'm going to take you guys through the Goku's family category. So for this week's build of the week we have quite a diverse category. The Goku's family category is probably one of the biggest categories in the game. Behind things like pure Saiyans, hybrid Saiyans, it's a very large category with a lot of units. Which means there's a whole bunch of varying builds that you can do within the category. There's no go-to build that's the best build for all events. There are so many Goku's family members that you can honestly make a very interesting and very varied set of teams out of this. Your leads are the Gobros, who you just saw on screen, the LRSS4, and of course the brand new physical GT Kid Goku. These are the only three leads currently. So in terms of leads, having two DFE LRs as your leads is not always the greatest. But the fact that all of them can be bought with red coins, and the fact that, there's at least three of them does give you some good options, especially since two of them are also hybrid leads, which means they're other category leads, and, the LRSS4 is also one of the better monotype leads. But so taking a look at this category, you could go with a hybrid Saiyans kind of build, you can go with a split build between multiple units. There's quite a few LRs as well, obviously, that you can use in this team. There is the Int Super Saiyan Goku, there's the Int LR Gohan, there's the two SBR LR units that also EZA from the ESBR, who are very good. There's this Goku and Gohan as well, who are an extremely good card. Then we have the SS3, we have the Gobros, we have the Prime Battle Goku, who also got an EZA to be very good. We have the LR Kamehameha Gohan, we have the Spirit Bomb Goku, and we have the LRSS4 Goku. We also have a couple LRs that I currently don't own, the main one of those being the Strength UI Goku and the Tech SS2 Movie Gohan, both of who are exceptionally good. So as you can see, this category is filled to the brim with really solid summonable LRs, and just very solid units in general. You've got Transforming Bardock, you've got Transforming Super Saiyan Goku, you've got the Transforming SS3 Goku, you've got Mystic Gohan, you've got Goten, you've got Strength Goten. I mean, there are tons of units. You've got Int Future Gohan, Physical Future Gohan. There are so many incredibly solid units on this team that you can use in so many different categories that we're going to struggle to go through every single kind of build. But what I'll do is I'll show you guys quite a strong kind of all-purpose build. And then what I'll do is I'll also show you guys kind of just some of the niche characters and a bit of a funnier build in terms of the Goku's family team. You will notice probably that we are going to be able to do quite a few events with this team. You can run hybrid Saiyans, pure Saiyans, the Goku's family SBR, the Superclass SBR, the Super Saiyan SBR. I mean, so many. You could probably almost even do the Resurrected Warriors SBR at this point. So we'll take this team through quite a few challenges. And yeah, we'll just basically try out this build of the week and multiple different things and just show off a whole bunch of builds. There are so many good Gokus that are so good at so many different things that it's really interesting running them in so many events. But for this team here, we've got the two SBR LRs who are very good and have recently EZA'd the Int one. They also link very well with each other and kind of play off each other. The Int one gets 58% crit chance and extra ki when linked with the Gohan. The Gohan gains 58% damage reduction, making him one of the best tanks in the game. So, and they link really well, so that is one thing that you can run with them. By the way, one of the more important links for this team is going to be All in the Family. It's a very common link amongst Goku family units, as you can imagine. Kamehameha is also a common link, alongside your usual suspects: Prepared for Battle, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha. Saiyan Lineage is an okay link as well, and Saiyan Warrior Race, but they're not super common. All in the family. And then, yeah, obviously for GT orientated cards, you'll find GT. You'll find some Shattering the Limit units as well. But yeah, that's generally the go-to link set is going to be Prepared for Battle Kamehameha, Saiyan Lineage or Saiyan Warrior Race, alongside obviously Super Saiyan if applicable, and then others. As you can see here, these two link up really well. They share Z Fighters, which is quite an uncommon link. And as I mentioned before, you can see really how their passives kind of mesh together to create a really, really dominant pairing. Gohan, I've almost got to max SA. Obviously just trying to max him. Gonna do a showcase on him at some point as well, alongside the int counterpart. So you can expect that to occur at some point as well. But overall, they are mainstays of the Goku's family team. They're both very good next to each other. Obviously, the evasion really helps out the Goku, but the Gohan is essentially one of the best first slot tanks in the game. Man is a absolute tank of note. The Goku as well also raises attack and defense by 30% on his 18 key, which is incredibly helpful for some teams and rotations that he's on. Can just really beef up the attack and defense of all of his allies. Obviously, to activate its full effect, you would prefer for him to go first, but you know, we're just going to let Gohan go there, try and tank things up. As you can see, he's not going to take any damage here whatsoever. Yeah, so pretty impressive. But as you can see, this whole team has just been blazing through this event. Really, there's been no, I don't want to say like threat, but yeah, as you can see, the power of the Goku's family category is just really on display. The GT Goku hits really hard. The SS4 Goku does a lot of damage as well. The Pan is a great buffing mechanism. The Goten and Gohan, I've put them in because they're really good supports for obviously the GT Gokus. And that's kind of what you can do with this team. You can really kind of mesh it up. You can mix things up. It's got some really good support options, some really good free-to-play support options. It's got really good kind of synergy between most of its units. But even when it doesn't, you can make teams that are either like two parts, you know, like how this is kind of GT one on the side of the lineup, and then the obviously Journey to the West characters on the other side of the lineup. And there's nothing wrong with that. The team does perfectly fine. They do a great amount of damage. They're really powerful. They're really strong. There's Gohan and Goten. Yeah, okay, they're not going to give their full buff to the next rotation, but they're still very strong in their own right, and they're going to have a 50% buff uptime. Then obviously the Gohan and Goku support card supports both rotations, so that's really great. And yeah, just in general, we just see a really powerful team. I mean, here we're going to see these two cards really kitted out. Unfortunately, Goku is not going to be able to get his 18 key, which obviously would make things look a lot better. But I mean, you're sitting with 114k defense, which is really good on Goku. He's not got max level links either, so that could go up. Then you've got Gohan, who's, you know, indestructible pretty much. And then you have the support card, who stack defense, they lower attack. They're really great utility. They got decent stats as well, being an easy aid free to play card. So yeah, very, very impressive synergy. Obviously, this is kind of a generic team build. You could probably take this team into like a couple SBR, Superclass, things like that. This team would beat the Goku's family SBR. I think I have beaten the Goku's family SBR with this team. I'm not going to do the Goku's family SBR during this build of the week. We're going to try and take them into some of the more obscure ones, or like, you know, the Hybrid Saiyans or the Pure Saiyans or something. I feel like doing the Goku's family one over and over is just a bit boring. So yeah, but you got the active skill as well. Really awesome. Great amount of damage. We're going to see that kind of pop off here. And yeah, you can just see the real power of this lineup. Over 100k defense. Goku will double his defense when he supers. You've got Pan with her active skill, really beefing up the team. It's just, yeah, it's a powerful, powerful team. especially offensively. They really dish out some really good damage. So, yeah, this build specifically, very impressive, obviously. For the most part, difficult to do, because obviously the two ESBR LRs are not the easiest cards to get, meaning you have to complete all the ESBR, but very suitable rewards. I think very good buffs for beating the ESBR. They're well worth it. They made me happy. They're very impressive combo. I think Goku could have been slightly better, maybe just given him a high chance to dodge, and I think he would have been perfect. But otherwise, still very good. We're going to switch things up here. We're going to switch across to a pretty much all-tech lineup. This is just to show some of the stranger units on, well, not stranger, but some of the cooler units. And it turns out that they all work really well on a tech team. So hey, why not run them under a tech team? So also I just brought the GT Goku just to show you guys that he links pretty well with the Gobros LR. They share 4 links in total, which is pretty decent going. Even though they don't share the major key links, they do share 4 links in total. Plus also the rainbow orbs that GT Goku makes really helps out the LR as well. So overall, they're pretty efficient pairing. The only problem is obviously that Goku unfortunately does not get the entire benefit of his defense because he wouldn't be paired with a GT hero. But at the same time, you could have a floating couple GT heroes. You could have Pan, the GT Gobro support, and then maybe someone else. I mean, under the siblings bond lead, you could run the Trunks and Goten as well, and then you would have at least half of his passive active every turn plus full support, so it would be still a very, very solid rotation for him. Here we've got an interesting combo. We have the Masked Saiyan and the Raditz, both with super cool cards with very cool linking sets. They link with 5 links, which is really impressive. And it's really cool that they're both on Goku's family team. It kind of gives you like an extreme rotation, I guess, but a very powerful extreme rotation. Raditz can tank pretty well, especially against 1 or 2 enemies. He hits pretty decently. This is a 55% Raditz, but he hits pretty decently. He's got a stun chance. Overall, very impressive unit. And then you also have the Marsan, who stacks attack and defense. He attack lowers. He just does a lot. And he's got a really good starting attack stat, 2.3 million. Very impressive. So, yeah, overall, a really cool little funky kind of tech team that we can make. And some interesting units. So you can obviously run Raditz and Mars Saiyan on quite a few teams. Pure Saiyans, Terrifying Conquerors, Goku's family. Just a lot of options, really. So we'll definitely be taking a look at them together. And then yeah, obviously as you can see, those rainbow orbs coming in handy to obviously get the unit his super attack, and also obviously Goku's going to get his super attack. Still a really solid attack stat as well, 4.8 million. Very good. No support on rotation. Piccolo's not really going to stand a chance. And decent defense. I mean, yeah, obviously he's not going to have his full defensive benefit, but it's just going to be on how you make up the team. If I was really taking this team into something like Super Tech, I would definitely consider taking another Gobros, obviously, and just kind of seeing how it rolls from there. But overall, pretty solid team. Very interesting. I'll probably even try this out for build of the week under the Extreme Tech or the Super Tech Extreme SPR, and we'll be able to take a look at just how well they do holding out against, that level of difficulty. And we'll even take, we'll obviously not be able to take Raditz and Marsan, but we'll be able to organize a team and make a plan here. Obviously Raditz is getting that buff, so his damage has gone up. Pretty impressive. Nice damage there from Raditz. Going to take a bit of damage here, but we're not too concerned about that. Marsan also with some very good damage. Obviously is stacked a little bit, and obviously has the support. Very good damage, lowering attack, lowering defense, critical hit there, just very good overall. And then this Goku and Gohan will also come in and lower attack once more, so they're not going to take any damage because they're also going to raise their defense, which is a very powerful combo, lowering attack and raising defense, which is why I rate them as such a great free-to-play support option. Very good. And then we have the Kamehameha Goku, who's a very solid floating option, main tanking option, just great option all around. Does a lot of work, great in a lot of stages. I really appreciate him. I think he's been really good. So yeah, really like Goku. Really proud of how good his EZA is. We'll take a little bit of damage here, but we should be able to finish everything off with GT Goku, who's going to just kind of discipline Piccolo, and then we'll finish it all up from there. So yeah, there we go. That is the second team down. Interesting team build, obviously a little bit wonky, well not wonky, a little bit strange being all tech, not really something you do nowadays I guess, but interesting to show it off and show off some of the cool units. We'll definitely be using Raditz and Mars Saiyan for the Pure Saiyans SPR, and we'll see how we go from there. But time to just take a look at some links and talk about the team, and then yeah. But so this is the team. Well, this is the category, I should say. Lots and lots and lots of options. Literally options for any kind of team build, for any kind of event. But one thing you are going to want to just keep your mind on when you are building teams is that most of these units are going to be having Prepared for Battle, Saiyan Lineage or Saiyan Warrior Race, Kamehameha, Fierce Battle, and of course, hopefully appropriately, either Super Saiyan or Golden Warriors. Yeah, I mean, definitely one of those things. Also, All in the Family is a very powerful link that can be triggered by a lot of these cards. So you're going to want to keep your eyes on that and just kind of see how it goes. Not every single unit has it, but it is a very common link, and it's a great defensive link. 20% defense is very, very effective. Very helpful for a lot of these units, especially the units like the LR Gobros. That 20% defense really stacks up and helps them out quite a bit. So yeah, but there's plenty of options. As you can see, there's kind of like, this is the Hybrid Saiyans side of the Goku's family team, which is very powerful in its own right. Has plenty of options, has a great team. You've got Kamehameha, LR Gohan, you've got the Gobros, you've got the SS2 Gohan, LR. You've got physical Future Gohan, you've got the Future Gohan. The only one you can't really use is the Journey to the West, because you need the Goku to activate his damage reduction. He's still alright without it, but he's not got that pure level of tankiness that you really want. That's why he's prime on a Goku's family team, or like a Goku, or like a Pure Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans. As long as you can have a Goku on his team, he'll be fine. The moment you can't, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. But yeah, like I said, taking a look at links, we're going to be taking a look at Prepared for Battle. Kamehameha are kind of like mainstay links. Obviously, Kamehameha doesn't do much, but it's still a good link to have. And then we get the Saiyan Lineage. As you can see, that, you know, there's a couple units with it, but nothing too crazy. Overall, Saiyan Warrior Race will also be a little bit more common. As you can see there, shared between quite a few units as well, so decent options in terms of all that. But you can drop the Saiyan Warrior Race and just have Fierce Battle, and you already have Prepared for Battle Kamehameha and Fierce Battle pretty much secured between all of the units. And then obviously, if we want to take a look even further, we can look at links like Super Saiyan, which is obviously super common between SS4s, God characters, Super Saiyan characters. And yeah, like I said, one of the more important links is obviously All in the Family, which is a very, very powerful link that is shared by a lot of these cards, and as you can see, is very, very solid, especially for units like Kid Goku. Just pretty much any unit that can have an All in the Family, you want it activated because it's such a big defensive buff. It can really change how some of these units perform. It can change how they can tank, how they can do overall. So yeah,
definitely something you are going to want to do and have sorted out on your units. But overall, really good linking overall. You can't really go too wrong with Goku's family team. You can accidentally put a Shattering the Limit character there, like a Kaioken or a SS3, because there are a couple of them. Most of them do at least have another key link, like Prepared for Battle, that does help them out. But if they don't, you can always link these cards to get a decent Shattering the Limit team. SS3 Goku, Kaioken Goku, God Goku. There's just plenty of options. And then finally, in terms of free-to-play options, there are a multitude of them. Obviously, we have the Journey to the West LRs. We have B-Pan, who are all exceptional. We also have the Goku and Gohan LR, the Prime Battle LR, which are all right away really good. This support is great. This SS3 Goku is also really, really good. A super helpful option for Majin Buu Saga teams, and just teams in general that are struggling to have a good SS3 on them, and the SS3 category itself. This Bardock is great as a tank on a low class warriors team, and plenty of options here. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Let me know how you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Cheers and bye.